As a rideshare driver, whether you're driving for Uber or Lyft, you are often going to get on-the-spot changes from your passengers and occasionally unusual requests. What up, folks? Once again, it is your boy Tim with another ride-sharing video. I want to point out something that happened with an Uber driver and an unfortunate end to an Uber passenger, and ask you folks in regards to passengers making unusual requests. Check this out.
Breaking news here on the East Freeway near the East Loop. Police say an Uber passenger was hit and killed while running across the freeway. This is video from earlier this morning. Police say that Uber driver pulled over for some reason, and the woman got out and ran across the exit ramp. She was hit by a truck. We are working to find out more about why the driver stopped in the first place and why she got out of that car.
Woman hit and killed on I-10. Now, this is out of Houston, obviously a major metropolitan area, America's fourth largest city, a big ride-sharing market. Why the hell would you drop a bride off on the highway? Now, I understand, particularly my veteran drivers, you've had passengers ask you to drop them off in crazy-ass locations. I personally have picked up a passenger on the side of the highway. Their vehicle died on the highway, and they requested a trip. Here I am circling, like, where the hell are these people at? And I find out they're actually on the highway. I was going by exits and things like that, thinking, you know, there has to be some houses or a business or something nearby. And finally, the passengers called me and said, no, I'm on a highway. But here's a case where it appears that the driver dropped somebody off on the highway ramp, leading them to run across the freeway and get hit by a truck. Damn. I guess that person is not going to tip through the app. Anyhow, hope that is not you, where you drop a passenger off in an awful location only to see them smushed by an 18-wheeler. That's awful. But I want to ask you folks, particularly my veteran drivers, folks that have been in the game for a while, have you had passengers ask you to drop them off in weird locations where it almost is not even appropriate to stop and let them off, or have a sudden, hey, drop me off right here, stop the car, slam on the brakes? How do you respond to that? Because I'm bringing this for the simple fact is this woman was obviously smushed by an 18-wheeler. She's no longer with us. That means the driver, the Uber driver, will have some splaining to do. Clearly, dropping off a passenger in the middle of the freeway or on an entrance ramp is unsafe for the passenger. Just like when school bus drivers, they have to drop off the children at allotted locations. You can't drop people off where their safety is at risk when getting out of the vehicle. And having 18-wheelers shoot by at 80 miles an hour or whatever the hell the speed limit is down there is certainly not a safe position. But I want to ask you folks, how do you respond to passengers asking you to stop the car now and let me out, and when you know or feel it may be a dangerous stop? Because what happened here, this driver, said explaining to do. This driver is going to be put before the police and have to explain why he dropped off a passenger in such a precarious environment, a dangerous environment. Unfortunately, most of us know they have no problem deactivating drivers and suspending drivers for little to no reason at all, little to no validation on whether claims are true or not. Here's one where a driver dropped somebody off and they got killed by traffic. This driver could actually be dropped from the platform, fired from Uber, fired from Lyft, or whatever the case may be, for doing something like this, because it is dangerous. It is dangerous. If a passenger asks you to drop them off in a dangerous location like this, do you have the right to say no? I'm not coming across as a know-it-all because I don't know. I want to ask you folks that. Would you drop off a passenger that was requesting it on the highway or somewhere where you felt it was unsafe? Let's say for some of my drivers that are going through, let's say you're going from Los Angeles to Las Vegas. You're out in the middle of the desert, next exit 20 miles. And a passenger has to get out right there in the middle of the desert on a hot day. Clearly dangerous. Do you drop off passengers in dangerous or unsafe locations? And if you do you have any follow-up? Or do you just end it with, okay, have a nice day? Nevertheless, it is your boy Tim. I thought this was a crazy one. See you in the next video. As always, subscribe to the channel, click the like notification bell, and I will talk to you later.